Hey guys, how's it going? The date is October 1st, and October, for most people, is associated with fall and pumpkin spice lattes and comfort food and coziness and fall colors. The leaves are changing outside, it's getting colder. We're moving into the colder months. It's cozy, it's great. But if you're an artist, like I am, you know that October is drawing challenge month. Everybody goes ham on drawing challenges. And maybe in the past you've attempted these, probably failed like I have, maybe succeeded, that's great, but probably have stressed yourself out over these drawing challenges for no fucking reason. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing again this month. I didn't do it last year, if I'm remembering correctly, and I'm not sure if I did it the year before that. Maybe I started it, but I don't think that I've done a Inktober or whatever tober prompt list month challenge fully to completion, all 31 days since school, or since I graduated. Maybe 2019 was my last year. I'm not entirely sure, but the point is it's been a while, and I feel like this year I would like to try it again. I feel like I have the space. I feel like I'm prepared. Bringing you guys along, I think, will be good. I think it'll be a good source of accountability for me. You guys can watch me go through it, the highs and the lows. Maybe you're working on it as well as I'm doing this. But yeah, let's just fuck around and find out, see how it goes. So I'm going to be doing the Badtober prompt list by flesh.png on Instagram. I love their prompt lists every year. It's always super fun and funny and casual and whatever. So I'm going to be giving myself very specific guidelines and limiters, I guess, to how I make these artworks every day, just to give myself guidelines and make sure I don't get overwhelmed or go too hard on any one drawing. So yeah, for all of the drawings for the 31 days, I'm going to give myself a time limit of 40 minutes. I chose 40 minutes because that seems like a good amount of time. An hour just seems kind of long and intimidating, having to put aside an hour of my day every single day just felt like a lot. 40 minutes sounded doable. 30 minutes sounded a little too short. So I'm thinking I'll give myself 10 minutes at the start to just sketch, do some concepting, try and figure out an idea. And then the rest of the 30 minutes will be for executing the drawing. And so my second little limitation that I'm giving myself is going to be how I draw the drawing or the artwork or whatever. I'm only going to allow myself to do 1x1 square illustrations. I'm going to make them really small, so kind of spot illustrations on a solid single color background. And yeah, I'm just going to basically focus on doing line work and really simple color palettes, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 colors per illustration. Very simple, very quick, very unintimidating for myself, just so that I am setting myself up for success and I'm not, thinking too hard about things or making it more deep than it has to be. That's the plan. And so today's the first day. The first prompt is cartoon characters. So let's get started on that. Welcome to this video. Hope you enjoy watching me do this, and yeah. Okay, so I think the way that I'm going to structure this video, you guys are so crooked. Why are you guys so crooked? One sec. All right. Yeah. So the way that I'm probably going to structure this video is I'm going to draw my drawing and then talk about it kind of the way that I do my, like, I don't know, sequential art making type videos. And yeah, so the prompt was cartoon character, and I was brainstorming. I was thinking about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. I just like their vibe, very chill, very zen, very cute. And then I thought about Frog and Toad, and yeah, that was it. I think putting this time limit on me, it's kind of becoming it, like with this first drawing, it is a bit of a stressor for sure, but I think it is also helping me kind of just like run with whatever thing that I come up with, you know? Like when I was brainstorming in my very shitty sketchbook very roughly, I was starting to kind of get stressed out and think like, oh god, what if I can't think of anything good? Like, blah, 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 blah. But then I just doodled Frog and Toad drawing on the grass, and I was like, that's cute, that's great, let's go with that. Within the time limit, we're good, let's keep moving. So I don't know, maybe it's like a good exercise in just like kind of trusting myself and moving forward with something even though I'm scared it's not perfect. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's good for my perfectionism that I'm like forcing myself to move forward with not having enough time to go through all the possibilities and like linger on ideas whether or not they're good. I don't know. We'll continue to think about that as I do more. But yeah, so moving into my iPad drawing, I just like quickly sketched it in and like the pose that I did, and then just lined it with like a pencil tool, and I really liked it. It was, you know, it maybe it's like the subject matter. When I was drawing this, I was thinking in my head like, okay, this is the vibe that I want this drawing challenge to go. This is what I want it to be like. Like I'm Toad and Frog, and I'm Frog watching Toad draw, and I'm just like enjoying myself and like kicking my feet and playing, and it's just like really nice. That's me to me, and that's what I want to be to me during this challenge. I want it to be loving and supportive and just play, you know? And that's how I felt drawing this. It was really nice. But yeah, so drawing this, I thought of a couple other rules that I was thinking of that I completely did not mention at all in the intro. Another like rule or like general guideline that I'm thinking will be helpful to put on myself is to declare that I'm not going to be doing any reference drawing. So I'm not going to do any studies or anything like that. Everything that I draw is just going to be from imagination. And then if I need reference, like for example, I'm drawing these specific characters, so I Googled what they look like just to see what they look like, but I'm not drawing anything like one for one, like a photo reference or like a photo study. So that's one rule. And then I think there was another one, but I cannot remember. So I'll let you guys know if I think of it or if there even was another one. But yeah, another thing that I was thinking while I was drawing this is the time limit that I put on myself. It's good, right? Because it gives me like a snapshot of like, okay, this is only going to take me 40 minutes, so it's not a big deal. I can just do it. And it won't take me that long. It's not that big of a time investment. So that's good. But then once I'm in it and I'm drawing and I have that time limit at the back of my head, I'm trying to also tell myself that like, okay, if I go over, that's completely fine. If I'm under, great. But the time limit is just kind of supposed to be like a reference, you know? Like, I'm not going to punish myself for going 10 minutes over, you know? If I'm having fun and I need more time to draw what I'm going to draw, then I'm going to take that time. But I think just having the 40-minute mark as like a goal just in terms of like the drawing. Like I know that I only have 40 minutes, so I'm not gonna bite off more than I can chew kind of thing. But like if I do go over, that's fine. It literally doesn't matter. That's the kind of vibe that I'm taking with this time limit thing that I'm putting on myself. It's not like strict, it's just kind of there, and that's fine. And yeah, so looking at it like finished now, I like it. I think it's really cute. I could judge myself on like, oh, I did this so quickly, it's just a whatever drawing. But I did have fun with it, and I did put care into like drawing the character, and I feel like that comes through in like my line work and in how the characters have turned out. So even though it is like a really simple drawing, my brain, or I guess like my less mature self would kind of see it as just like every other doodle that I've done very low effort and quickly in like a sketchbook or something like that. But I'm trying to tell myself that like a drawing doesn't need to be like, it doesn't need to take forever, or I don't have to like suffer over it for it to be something good, for it to be a good drawing. Like I can do it quickly and still put care into it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell myself here. And yeah, so it's a bit of like a battle already going on in my head of like, oh, that was so fast, this is shit, versus yes, it was fast, but that's because like I'm good at this and I can do it quickly, and I still can draw something good in a small amount of time, and I can trust myself to do that, and I can trust myself to still put care into it. So yeah, ta-da, there it is. Day 1 completed. I feel like each day after this is gonna get easier and easier. I feel like I was a little bit like to start, a little nervous, but now that it's done, I'm quite happy with it, and I think it's really cute, and I'm excited to see what else I draw in the next 30 days. Wowza. Okay, talk to you guys tomorrow, and we'll do day 2. Bye. Okay, good morning. Hello. I swear, if I'm gonna do 30 of these talking segments, and I'm like trying to move the camera to different angles so that it's like a little bit interesting at least, but I'm always gonna be drawing at my desk, so just get used to this setup. But yes, so today the prompt is, what if you drew something noodly? And at first I was thinking like noodling, you know, that kind of like version of doodling or whatever, where you, I don't know, it's just like a bunch of lines and they kind of look like noodles, and it's very like free flowing and whatever, but I don't know, my control brain or whatever needs a concept, wants it to look good and do that very quickly, and I don't really noodle a lot typically in like sketchbooks and things like that, so I just went with noodles, the food. So I was thinking about that, and then okay, so I was thinking about like ramen or something, right? That's like the typical noodle that you think of. There's like lots of motifs of like illustrations of drawing, illustrations of ramen and stuff like that. But personally, I'm more of like an udon soba girl. Ramen is good, it has its moments, but I think udon is kind of the superior noodle. So I thought of, okay, a bowl of udon, and then immediately my brain went to like some sort of little character taking a bath in the udon, right? Because udon, warm bath. And then I thought of the hot spring monkeys. I'm sure this has been done before because it's like such an obvious connection of like a cute thing, like a couple hot spring monkeys sitting in your bowl of noodles. But yeah, I just went with it because time was of the essence, and drawing a bowl of something it can be a little bit challenging because you want it to look good. I think food illustration is definitely a very specific skill, and I don't draw food very often, so I was a little bit worried about that, but yeah, I think it went fine. The monkeys are really cute. I added a little baby monkey. It's like a dad monkey and then the baby monkey just chilling in the bowl of soup, and I think it's cute. And I added tempura because tempura udon is like one of my favorite things of all time. I crave it often, don't get to eat it often. So yeah, very simple. I like it. It was cute. It was good. I felt very playful going into it, very like chill. This is before I've even started my day or any work tasks or anything, so I kind of took this as a opportunity to, I don't know, ease into my day with creativity before anything too stressful happened. And yeah, I like it a lot. And then I wrote down udon in hiragana as like a little caption or whatever. So yes, there it is, day 2 completed. And yeah, I'm liking this kind of like sketchy style. Lately I've been very influenced. I move influences very often. I find that I like hyperfixate on like single artists at a time, and then I like explore taking parts of their technique and their style into my own, in the endless exploration and journey of discovering myself and my art style. But I've been very obsessed with Carlotta Freire, I think is how you pronounce that, her name. Yeah, her work is just incredible. She does like really amazing commercial and editorial artwork, and it's all kind of in this style that's very like sketchy and loose and playful and whimsical, and it's inspiring to me seeing a artist and illustrator, you know, do work for like massive clients, but her work is so like almost childlike in nature. I think that's amazing, and that is kind of tapping into what I have been craving, I guess, in my work, is like that sense of play and whimsy and like childlike mark making almost. So yeah, that's kind of what is inspiring a lot of this line work and mark making that I'm doing for this specific style of these couple drawings that I've done and will probably continue to do for the rest of the challenge. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I think it taps into my natural gravitation towards line work and just like sketching and all that. So yeah, I'm having fun with playing with this kind of vibe. And I think it shows. I think that's evident in what I've done so far. So, day 2, check. And I think I only went like 3 minutes over or something. So really good on time today. Proud of myself. On to the next day. Hello. Please excuse my very rough and frumpy looking vibe right now. I just came back from the gym. Yeah, but I did my Badtober thingy drawing this morning, but then immediately had to run. I've had a very busy day, and so now I'm just being able to talk you guys through what I have done. So today's prompt, it's day 3, hello. Today's prompt was fashion. Yes. So brainstorming this was pretty quick. I immediately kind of went to like runway models and stuff like that because I've drawn a lot of runway models in my art journey and art career. So that's immediately where my brain went. But then I was like, okay, that's kind of boring. What can I do that's a little more interesting than that? And then, I don't know, I was thinking about like who is really cool at fashion, and then boom, Little Yachty popped into my head, and I was like, perfect. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a meme, Lil Yachty's like fashion sense. He dresses very crazy, but he is an icon. So yeah, that's what I decided. So I Googled some reference images of like outfits that he's worn, and he's like known for wearing like a giant hat, giant layers, fucking giant everything, mismatched, crazy shit. And I really like that. And I thought that would make a really cool, fun drawing. So that's what I did. And I chose, he has like an iconic fur hat. So of course I went with that. And the entire time drawing this, I forget what the song is called, but it was like on his like, I don't know if it's his latest album, but his recent album that like was suddenly kind of rock alternative. And it's like, making eye contact to suicide. That one. That was kind of on loop in my head as I was drawing this. That album was on repeat for a little while when it first came out. I did enjoy it. So yeah, this was fun. I don't know, it all kind of like flowed very naturally, I think because it's a figure, and like fashion based. I draw that stuff all the time, so I know it like the back of my hand. I'm very comfortable doing it. So the sketch happened very quickly, and then onto the line work. It was, done in the same style as my previous two, and I had a lot of fun. Going through it, I was like, this is fucking fun. I'm having so much fun right now. And this one, as well as like the past two that I've done, like, I feel like it pertains to like me knowing that this will only take 40 minutes-ish. That like I feel like I don't have to find something to put on in the background or put on music or anything like that, because I know that that's just such a short amount of time to be drawing, and I really have to focus to try and like get it done within the goal time frame. And so yeah, I've just been like sitting in silence and enjoying my time, sketching away, and I don't know, drawing from imagination, which if you've seen any of my like recent sketchbook, maybe not super recent, but any of my like sketchbook based vlogs where I like draw a lot in my sketchbook, I talk a lot about how much I have become dependent on references, and that's kind of like where I go to immediately when I sit down to sketch. So I don't know, giving myself the opportunity to be a little bit silly and make shapes that are, not based on any real life, but just like building character and building, I don't know, like cartoony, stylized stuff. It's really fun, and I enjoy myself a lot doing this one. I like it. Yeah, I had a bit of trouble at the end just like choosing colors. This is pretty much what the local colors are that his outfit was. So I was trying to stick to that just so that like, I don't know, it relates to the real thing or whatever. But yeah, I think just because it had so many colors, I was having trouble finding the right tones and everything so it looked harmonious and all that. But I think I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, this was a very enjoyable one. In the morning, I had like maybe 45 minutes before I had to run. I met my sister for a Japanese session or whatever this morning. And so I had 45 minutes and I was like, ugh, like that's like just barely enough time to do this, right? But I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. That's enough time. I can do it. Like, what else am I going to do in 45 minutes, But I almost didn't, I could have easily just dicked around on YouTube or checked notifications, did whatever for the 45 minutes before I had to leave. But I pushed myself to do this, and this is what came of it. So very happy, very proud of myself. And yeah, another successful Badtober. This is great. I'm like riding on a high, and I'm wondering when the first one will happen that I'm not so pleased with, or that I really struggle with. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen in the next 28 days, but I feel like I'll be very lucky if it doesn't, because that's just part of the journey, isn't it? Okay, sorry, I'm like low-key still out of breath. Like my body still thinks I'm like, from the gym. But yeah, very nice, very cool. On to the next one. Hello. 1 second. Okay, hi. How's it going? We're in my... How can I We're in my little closet area room. Oh, and you guys can't even hear me because the mic is over here. Hello. Yeah, so we're in my closet room because Brandon is gaming downstairs and I need to talk about my day for Badtober. The prompt for this one was SpongeBob, just like SpongeBob spelt funny. So obviously, I don't know, looking through the tag at what a bunch of other people were doing, everybody did SpongeBob, so I'm assuming that's the correct thing that I assumed that it was, obviously. And then yeah, for, I don't know, thinking about what I wanted to do and like trying to brainstorm, I feel like today was a bit of like a slow day for me. I put off doing this a little bit until the evening before I had to run. Because, I don't know, like SpongeBob, right? Like, do I just draw SpongeBob? Do I do SpongeBob fan art? It was a bit of a difficult prompt or something that I don't know, wasn't excited about. I didn't just want to draw SpongeBob. That wasn't interesting to me. I was kind of thinking, like, what if I did a human version of like a SpongeBob character or something like that? Like, that could be cool, maybe. But yeah, I kind of struggled with what I wanted to do for a little while, but then it kind of, this image of just a, I don't know, like a real starfish, a real sponge, a real squid, and a real snail kind of just hit me, and that just, I don't know, seemed like a funny visual because the concept of SpongeBob is such a strange, funny thing. So I thought it would be funny and cool to draw those things in their like realistic forms or whatever, like a SpongeBob live action. So that's what I did. Once I understood, or like once I kind of decided on that, it was pretty quick. Just drawing out all of this and then coloring it was pretty simple. Sorry. What time is it right now? It's like almost 10 p.m. or something. I drew this earlier and then I had to run to go meet some friends for dinner. And then I came back, and so now we're speaking about this. Yeah, the colors were pretty simple. I knew I wanted the yellow as the background and then into the sponge, so I just needed to find a couple other colors that were both harmonious with that, as well as fit the squid and the starfish and stuff. So yeah, and then I did the little caption, SpongeBob SquarePants 1999, and I think that's so clever and so funny. Good for me. And here it is. Ta-da! No, like, big revelations or anything like that today. I do like how it turned out. I think it's, you know, it's a funny little thing. It's a little bit, like, off-brand from what I usually do, or, like, what the drawings have been so far in the Badtober prompts or whatever. But, you know, there's going to be 31 days total of this, so it's not surprising that, you know, every once in a while I'm going to just end up drawing something that's a little bit different. Still good and still, you know, enjoyable, but just different. And that's great. So that was the vibe for today. And excited for tomorrow to see what we do. Talk to you guys then. Bye-bye. Okay, hello, good evening. The time is 6:44 p.m. and I am gonna be honest, I was putting this off again today. I think yesterday and today I've been in a bit of a, I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of like tired, or like I don't really, like I'm just like, meh, I don't really want to do much, but alas, I do this shit anyway, so good on me. But yeah, so this, today's prompt wasn't too hard. The prompt was do a comic. So pretty simple, right? Just to do a comic. But I was thinking like, I don't really want to change up the style of the illustrations that I have been doing so far and plan to continue doing, like the, little illustration in the middle and then the solid background things. So a traditional, like, panel by panel illustration for this prompt wouldn't really fit. So I did instead two frames, just like a two carousel post or whatever, and that kind of is serving as the comic. It's more of like a little animation, truly, if you flip back and forth with it. But yeah, my brain just immediately went to like those day in a life comics or whatever, or like hourly comics. I've never done one of those before. I always miss it. I have no idea when it is, but everybody posts it on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I missed it. I guess I could do it whenever, but anyways, that's where my mind went to, and I was like, okay, what did I do today? And really, all I did was edit and go to the gym and play Cyberpunk, because I've started playing Cyberpunk. Brandon is like obsessed with Cyberpunk. Last winter, it was like basically all he did, and now I'm finally trying it out. I tried it out when it first came out, but I didn't really like it. It didn't really catch on, but yeah, I'm giving it another go, and now I'm obsessed with it, and that's all I want to do with my time. Anyways, so yeah, the other two things that I did were pretty boring. It was just me sitting and doing whatever. So I thought deadlifting would be cool, because then you have like the two motion, the like down picking it up and then standing up, whatever. So I thought that would be cool, and I drew myself all silly with silly expression, and I like it. It's good, despite me not really feeling it, or like feeling kind of blah today in terms of like, I don't know, doing stuff. I still was able to, enjoy my time and have fun with it, and I do like how it turned out. So it all worked out, and I'm happy about that. There it is, another day in the books. I'm trying to like think of different things that I can say like at the end of these talking segments that I'm not, because there's going to be fucking like 31 of these. I don't want to say like, and on to the next every single time, because you guys are watching these back to back. And I also want to like keep them relatively short because there are going to be so many of these. So yes, there we are. That was day 5. Prompt do a comic, and let's see what we have for day 6. Please continue watching to find out. Thank you and good night. Bye. Hi guys. Hold on, you can't hear me yet, can you? Hi guys. Please excuse how fucking pink my face is. I was just sitting in my friend's truck and it was really hot in there, and I'm still hot and I think a little bit dehydrated. But yeah, hello. I'm currently at a drift event with Brandon and some friends. Here is our surroundings. La 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 la, very fun, lots going on. But yeah, I just took a second because it was raining outside to sit and work on my Badtober. So today the prompt was superhero. Superhero, real or made up. So yeah, I was thinking like, okay, superhero, there's lots of superheroes that I can choose from. Who is my favorite superhero? And then I was thinking like, I don't know, Marvel shit, I don't know. I'm not like a huge superhero person. I really enjoy superhero movies, but I'm not like a massive fan of like one single superhero, and I didn't really want to do fan art. So I was thinking, okay, what kind of superhero would I need in my life? And then I thought of Self-Compassion Man. Or just like a stupid little superhero that tells you, that is a voice in your head or like sits on your shoulder or something and tells you that you're enough and it's okay and you're human and everything is fine and you're doing your best. So I just did like a little character design. I figured it out as I was going. I just wanted to do like hearts, and I thought like, okay, what's a superpower
and his superpower is like him reassuring you or like squashing your self-doubt or like fighting your self-doubt. That's like the villain. There's like Self-Doubt Man or something that fights him. And yeah, I gave him a megaphone and he speaks into the megaphone and hearts come out of it. And he just jumps around and he's really cute and he loves radically. So that's kind of the concept, and I don't know, I was messing around with the sketch for a long time. I definitely went over the 40-minute limit or whatever, but also because I was chatting with my friend as I was doing it. But yeah, he ended up looking really cute, and I love him a lot. He's got hearts all over him, and he's pink and so cute and loves everyone so much, and I love him. So that's all I really have to say. Yeah, obviously, like, I'm out here at a drift event, so I'm not exactly thinking about, doing my Badtober, but I did bring all of my filming stuff and my iPad with me because I did intend to do this while we're out here, because we're out here for like 6 hours or something. So yeah, when it started raining, I was like, you know what, I'll just go do this, because why not? I have time, and we're gonna get home late, and so yeah, I pushed myself to do it, and now it's done, and once again, proud of myself for doing it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Hey, hello, how's it going? Welcome to day 8, October 8th. It's a Tuesday. I'm so disoriented. I have been playing so much Cyberpunk lately. Like, when you find a new game, maybe not find, but you start playing a new game and you really like it and you're really into it, and it's all you can really think about for the next little while. That's kind of where I'm at. So yesterday was a free day. I believe it's the only free day in the entire prompt list, which was really nice. I really could use it yesterday. I was feeling very tired. But yeah, I just gave myself the free day to play Cyberpunk. And I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk this past weekend and the weekend before that, and so I just have lost track of time and space. Anyways, let's talk about Badtober. So today's prompt was no color, and when I first read that, my initial thought was like, I'll just draw something in black and white, right? Like, that's kind of the initial thought that you have. But then I was thinking, like, okay, that's a little too loose, I think, for me, because then that could be literally anything. So I was thinking, like, okay, what are things or what are concepts that relate to the prompt of no color? So I was thinking, like, oh, a gloomy day, maybe like rain or something, right? Because it's a colorless sky. And then I was thinking, like, okay, what kind of like character could I do with this? Or like animal. I've been doing a lot of animals lately, and those have been cute. So I was thinking about that. And then I was thinking about those like deep sea transparent fishes or whatever. I know there's like a few different species of those, so I googled a list of transparent animals, and I happened upon the sea angel, which, if you look at this thing, it is adorable and wholesome and so cute. So I was like, oh my god, perfect. It's just gonna be like a cute sea angel, squishy, translucent thing, and that's perfect. The drawing itself, like, I'm using color, but whatever. There are no real rules. And yeah, I was drawing it, and then when I was looking at
pictures of the sea angel on Google Images. There were like photos of the really cute, squishy, chill one that's like adorable. And then in other photos, there were like a scary looking, like crazy, like predator looking one with like tendrils coming out of its head and like it's scary and whatever. And I was like, whoa, that's probably like a different species of sea angel, right? Because these are obviously two very different looking things. But then as I was drawing the first one, I realized, oh shit, that's the same guy. He's just like attacking. So apparently, I guess when sea angels go for their prey or whatever, their like heads open up and turn inside out, and then a bunch of like finger thingies come out, and then it grabs the prey, and then it like, and the difference between what it looks like when it's not doing that versus when it is doing that is insane. So I thought that contrast would be like funny or interesting to draw both of. So that's what I did. And then I was thinking like, I can be your angel or your devil, like that kind of thing. So I did sea angel and sea devil because that thing is scary looking as fuck. But yeah, overall, you know, I really like how it turned out. It was another kind of instance of, I don't know, when I was drawing it, I felt like the concept wasn't that cool or smart or involved. Like I was literally just drawing this creature. There was no other like conceptual twist on it or anything. I was thinking about like giving the sea angel like glasses because he's like colorblind or something. I don't know. But yeah, and also it's such like a weird and abstract looking thing that I was like struggling with it a little bit. I was it took a little bit of convincing for me to convince myself that like I actually liked what was going on here. But of course, in the end, once again, I like it. I think it's cute, and I think the way that I did it with like the two versions is clever. And pat on the back to me. I feel like with this one already, I've noticed that the thought of pleasing Instagram has already begun to creep into my mind. I think because I'm drawing one of these each day and I'm posting it each day on Instagram and I'm seeing which ones are doing well and which ones are not, it's starting to get to me when I do sit down to draw these, the thought of like, okay, how can I draw something that will do well and get more likes? And I don't want to think that way, obviously, and I'm aware of how I'm thinking that way. So I'm trying to just, when I have that thought, I'm trying to just be like, fucking whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. Just draw your damn idea. Get it done. Like, that's the point of Badtober. There's 30 of these. And so, of course, some are going to do better than others, and that is out of your fucking control. That's what I'm trying to remind myself of, and yes, it's a difficult thing to convince yourself of when, you know, obviously validation feels good. More likes feels better than less likes. That's just what it is to be human and to rely on fucking dopamine to feel good. So yeah, that's the vibe for today. I hope you liked it. And now I'm gonna continue my day. I don't know why my fucking shoulder or like trapezius is really sore. I think the way that I was drawing was like I was like clenching or whatever. But yeah. That's all. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for the next day. We'll see what we do. Bye. Hi, Ellie. Hi.
My best friend went in the water. You want some?
Okay, guys. Oh, can't hear me, or maybe you can, but not very well. Hi. Jesus Christ, please excuse my hair. I'm just gonna back away slowly so you guys can't see how greasy and flat my hair is. I went on a hike this morning, which you guys obviously saw and know, and my hair was in a hat for like half the day. So here we are, and I haven't washed it yet, and that's okay, because you know what? I had a very early start to the day, and I got home tired, and I had to work, and then anyways, now we're here. So let's take a look at this Badtober, shall we? As I go back to my safety distance. So yeah, today's prompt was money or monkey. And I was thinking about choosing money because I've already done a monkey-based illustration so far in my series of Badtober drawings. But I don't like money. I couldn't think of anything clever or cute or anything in regards to the prompt money, so I went for monkey. Because there's never any such thing as too much monkey, I think. So yeah. I was thinking, like, I don't know, what vibes does a monkey give off, or what am I thinking for the prompt monkey? And for some reason, like, the whole like fighter monkey trope popped into my head, like Wukong or Monkey Man, or like a boxer monkey or something like that. I went and saw Monkey Man in theaters back when it was in theaters a couple months ago or whatever, and that movie is a very good movie. I used to be more of like an action movie type of person. I haven't seen a lot of action movies in the past, I don't know, few years, maybe because I've kind of matured out of liking them, or I've just kind of like grown tired of the typical tropes of action movies. But this one was really good. It was very special. I love Dev Patel, and yeah, it was just super memorable and creative and inspiring, and I really, really liked it. So that's kind of the main inspiration that I went with for this. So yeah, just decided to draw a monkey, and looked up a bunch of reference for this one, just for like the pose and obviously like the monkey anatomy or whatever. It's like a monkey humanoid kind of mix or whatever, and yeah, I like it a lot. It's giving Koteri Inc.'s Kings of Nowhere. If you guys follow Koteri Inc. on Instagram or anywhere else that he creates or posts his art, he has a comic series called Kings of Nowhere, and it's like based around these like humanoid animal creatures, and like the main characters are monkeys. I have volume 1 here that I picked up from him. But yeah, his style is just, I'm obsessed. So good at just like drawing things and anatomy and cars and everything, honestly. So yeah, those were kind of the vibes that I was thinking. And yeah, like I said, I had a bit of a, I don't know, tiring day. Got up super early for a hike. Got home, was very tired, had some work things to do. So by the time that I did have time to start thinking about Badtober, I was kind of like just drained. But I put on a little video essay, got cozy. I definitely went over the 40-minute timeline for this, because I don't know, I was just allowing myself to go brain empty and just like doodle and whatever. And yeah, it ended up being a pretty comfy, relaxing, therapeutic kind of session, and I really like how it turned out. There's nothing like a nice kind of like anatomy-based drawing, and I like the little character that came out of it, the little pow pow or whatever. So yeah, that is what we have done today. And now I'm going to I'm watching the new season of Love is Blind, so I'm going to continue to enjoy that and probably get a very early night of sleep, which just sounds delightful.
hope you like this one for today. We're already on the 9th. That's pretty cool. Tomorrow will be the 10th, and that's like a third of the way through. Great. Cool. All right. I'm tired. Okay. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, 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 bye.
Hello, hey. Good evening. Happy day 10. It's pretty late right now. It is 9:21. Because I just got back from a movie with my sister. We went and saw Look Back. It's a anime movie or whatever in theaters right now. And my sister went to go see it, and she said it was so fucking good. She wanted to see it again, and she wanted me to see it. So we went together, and she was right. It was very, very good. Cried. Beautiful animation, beautiful story, great characters, everything was amazing. I highly recommend going to check it out if it's available or still in theaters by the time you're watching this, or hopefully when it goes on streaming. And I'm already feeling the same as she had after watching it the first time. I want to watch it again because it was so fucking good. And just so inspiring, and it left me feeling very like, I want to draw, I want to work on a comic, I want to blah, 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 blah. So that was nice. But yeah, anyways, let's talk about, Badtober, what we're doing right now for this video. So today's prompt was, I forgot the exact wording, but it was basically like redraw those dogs playing poker. That like famous poker illustration painting that like everybody has in their basements or whatever. That classic. So I didn't want to do that really. I didn't want to redraw like fucking 6 dogs or whatever is in the original, because firstly that doesn't match my format that I'm going for, as well as I just do not want to draw 6 fucking dogs right now. So instead I drew one dog. I drew a Doberman because I fucking love drawing Doberman. They're just so good looking and majestic and amazing, and they would make a perfect poker dog. But I had an idea to like make him like a modern poker dog. The poker guys that like wear sunglasses and like they have their headphones in, and like this one's vaping. So yeah, that was the concept. That's what I went for. Yeah, I think, it's nice, coming home and feeling so inspired from the movie and everything, being able to draw is great, but it's also late, and I did leave this pretty late, so I do feel quite tired and ready to stop doing things and instead just become a blob or watch something or go to bed. So it was a mix of the two things. But looking at it finished, I like how it looks. I think it's a little bit funny, a little bit clever. And yeah, this one was fine, Yeah, I think today I'm still tired. I went to the gym today and felt kind of weak, even though I got a full night's sleep last night and I, ate enough before I went to the gym. I don't know what it is. I just feel kind of low energy today. And that's okay. I still did my drawing. I still showed up. My day was nice. Saw that really, really great movie. Got to see my sister. And so yeah, all's well that is well. And today was pretty good. But yeah, that is what it is, you guys, for this one. Day 10, a third. I said this yesterday, right? I said that yesterday we were a third through this thing, but we're really a third
now, aren't we?
But yeah. On to the next. I feel like looking back at all of the ones that I've done so far, I feel like today's, isn't my complete favorite, but it's still good. And I feel like if I had to pick a favorite, it would either be the monkey man that I did yesterday or the monkey in the udon soup. Funny that they're both the monkey ones, but those ones just resonate the best. But yeah, I think so far in each of the days, I've been satisfied enough. Like, they've all been good, but obviously I'm gonna have my little favorites and my little ones that I feel like went better than the others. And that is perfectly natural and fine and to be expected. And I'm proud of myself for doing as many as I have, and I'm proud of myself that I'm going to continue. That's literally all I have to say. I'm gonna watch Love is Blind now and eat more of the popcorn that I brought home from the theater. So, talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, you guys. Hello. Welcome to day 11. 1 second. Let me just attach you to my garment here. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, I'm running out of creative ways to do these like talking sections. So today we're here in my kitchen and I'm going to wash my rice. It's because I need rice for dinner. And yeah, I'm also going to talk to you guys about what I just drew for day 11. So the prompt was very bad composition. So obviously that's like very broad and open to interpretation, right? Like composition, like there's the typical kind of, I don't know, compositional mistakes that you are taught to avoid, like in school and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm gonna put my rice in my rice cooker bowl and you're gonna hear every second of it, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's where my mind went. I was thinking about like, okay, how can I make an intentionally bad composition? But composition is such like a subjective thing, and I am an enjoyer of good compositions as well as quote unquote bad ones. I think like as long as you have intention behind a composition, there is no such thing as a bad composition, you know what I mean? Like if there's a reason why you're like overlapping two things in like a maybe quote unquote bad way or in a way that isn't pleasing to the eye compositionally, if that's for a purpose, then I think that's like good still and interesting, you know what I mean? You can only look at so many like golden ratio compositions or like rule of thirds type things before you start to kind of get it and get a little tired of it. So I'm definitely a lot more interested in more interesting compositions where there's like, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying here, but yeah, anyways, so compositionally I was thinking like if I put something on the very corner of the page and then kind of nothing else in the rest of the canvas, and that would kind of be my quote-unquote bad composition. But that in itself, even though for like if you were drawing or painting like a nice landscape or something and then you put a tree that's like on the very edge of the page that's like half cut off, that would be, textbook, I guess, like bad composition. But I think for I got an idea to like play with that. Like it was a little raccoon dog that was a little shy on his first day of school or something like that. So that's why he's like peeking off the side of the composition. And with that intention behind it, it kind of becomes like a good composition. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I went with that. It only took me like a minute and a half really to come up with that. I already had an idea, like I said, of the composition piece of it, the subject being on the very edge of the page. But for the rest of it, I was like kind of, okay, pause. I'm gonna hit start on my rice cooker. Yeah, because the prompt was so open-ended and like you just had to do a bad composition, but within that composition or whatever that you choose, it could literally be anything, like the subject matter didn't really matter. I was a little bit nervous coming into this one because I was like, what do I do? I could literally do anything. But once I decided on the composition being what it was, then I looked up like, okay, maybe it's like a shy animal. So I Googled shy animals. A raccoon dog is a shy animal. And then I just thought of like being shy on your first day of school. And then that's how we got to where we were. And yeah, I think it's cute. I like it. I feel like the past few days have been a little bit more difficult for me in terms of the bad tobers and feeling like I'm in a good flow. Maybe it's a little bit of fatigue from doing these every day now, or I'm kind of losing the plot of what I kind of intended when I went into this. I've noticed that like I've been putting a lot more pressure on myself in the past couple of days to make these like very good, or like I'm putting pressure on myself to feel like I need to put a lot of effort into these, when like literally the first day, like I told myself like I'm just gonna do them like basically like cleaned up sketches, and I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna go with the first idea that I come up with, and that's gonna be good enough, and it'll turn out good because I need to trust myself that I'm good enough, and whatever I come up with will be good enough. So yeah, I guess I've kind of been struggling with that lately. Today was, and yesterday was a bit of a kind of blah feeling day, and that's okay. I had a nice like journaling session with myself this morning where I told myself like, you know, I've been good, I've been flowing, but now I'm coming into a period where I'm not flowing as easily, and that's okay. Of course. I've been through this with myself time and time again, and I'm going to have periods where I don't feel as motivated or as good about being super productive, and I'm reminding myself that that's completely natural, and times like these are hints and opportunities to take rest, or to remind myself to take rest and just like, you know, vibe a little bit if I want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame necessary. So yes, that's how I'm feeling today. Sorry, I rambled a bit in this today's section, but yeah, I did a bunch of work today, albeit slowly, just kind of chugging along, and I think I'm going to allow myself to take the rest of the evening and play Cyberpunk. I don't know if I touched on this, but I started playing Cyberpunk a little while ago, and I'm really into it, and it's all I can really think about. And I was telling myself that like, okay, I'm a little bit too wired on Cyberpunk right now. Like, it's taking up too much of my brain, so maybe I need like a good break away from it to, you know, detach a little bit, you know, so that I'm not like super obsessed and just like giving into my impulses of just wanting to play for every hour of my day. But, you know, I've held out during the week, and now it's Friday, and I think it's fair, you know, especially in the context of me feeling like I need some relaxation, to allow myself to play Cyberpunk. Because it's the weekend, and that's what weekends are for, isn't it? And if I wasn't playing Cyberpunk, then I would be watching fucking Love is Blind or something else on Netflix or or YouTube or whatever. So if I need rest, why not do something that I want to do and that is fun and that I'm really enjoying? So yeah, that's gonna be my evening. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. How's it going? We're back here. We're back in my normal desk area because I just cannot be bothered. And this is about the commentary, not about cinematic shots or anything. This is about the art and me yapping, as usual. So, yes, here we are, day 12. And today's prompt was draw something cute or scary. And lately, like for the past few days, I think for the first couple days when I first started doing this, I didn't really look at the prompts beforehand. So when I was like sitting down to draw it, that's like the beginning of me thinking of ideas for the prompt. But in the past recent days, or like the second half of, you know, the drawings that I've done so far, I've been looking at the prompt for the day, mostly out of curiosity. Yeah, I take a look earlier on in the day when I'm not literally about to sit down and draw it, and I kind of let it marinate in my head a little bit in terms of ideas. So I've been needing to think less about what I'm going to do by the time that it is time to sit down to draw it, because I've already had time to think about it. And yeah, so I was kind of just thinking about, I don't know, nothing immediate came to mind for this prompt, but when I was driving home back from the gym, I was listening to JPEG Mafia, and for some reason I was thinking about drawing a car maybe, because it's been a while since I drew a car. So I was thinking about, okay, maybe I could draw like a cute car or something. But then I thought about like maybe a motorcycle, because like a cute person on a motorcycle would be cuter. And then I thought of, there's like a few reference images on Pinterest. If you ever are looking in the like vintage kind of like 80s, 90s Japanese photography of old cars and motorcycles, like that kind of side of Pinterest, I'm sure you've seen this image before, but it's like a motorcyclist with a Doraemon helmet, and they're going like super close to the ground with like their knee on their sports bike or whatever, turning a corner. And yeah, I just thought that was perfect, because then I could do cute and scary. Cute in that Doraemon is adorable and the helmet is so cute, but scary because motorcycles low-key are terrifying if not ridden safely, right? Whenever I drive past motorcycles, or motorcyclists drive past me on like a highway or something, and they're not wearing like the proper protective gear, or they're like swerving or going too fast or whatever, I'm just like, ugh, oh God, you're like, don't die. Holy shit, be careful, please. So scary that way. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking that went into this. And yeah, I just found a couple of reference images, both of the Doraemon guy and of like another like old like vintage, it kind of looks like 80s looking Suzuki motorcycle. And I know I haven't drawn it like completely properly. I know that like if anybody knows motorcycles really well, like there's a lot of anatomical things that are missing, or like I'm sure it doesn't make sense, but if you squint at it, you can tell obviously it's a motorcycle. So that's kind of just the main goal here. Yeah, I wish I understood motorcycle anatomy better, but I literally cannot draw it unless I'm looking at like a very detailed reference image, a very well lit and detailed reference image, because I know like cars and stuff I've gotten used to drawing just because, you know, I've had a lot of practice with that and I spend a lot of time around cars. So I've gotten to know the general like anatomy of them and how they work. But for motorcycles, it feels a lot harder. Like I know the basics, like it's like a fucking bicycle, right? Like the wheels and the thingy that attaches to the wheels and the thingy and stuff like that. But a lot of motorcycles show like guts their guts and stuff, like their suspension or like the engine, and that's intimidating to me to draw, you know? All those like mechanical things, because it's unless you understand what those things are and what those things look like, it's very easy to just like look at it in a photo and then draw it completely wrong because you don't understand like how it works. That's how kind of my approach with drawing cars was before I, you know, got better at it eventually. So yeah, I know that the motorcycle is not good, but if for anybody who doesn't know what motorcycles are actually supposed to look like, it is understood. You know, it's the idea of a motorcycle, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. But yeah, so here we are. Here it is. I like it a lot. I think it's really cute. I re-listened to the whole I Lay Down My Life for You album as I was drawing this, and it took me about as long as the whole album is. So 41 minutes. And then a little longer, I think, to do in the colors. I forget when the music stopped, but yeah, so a bit over, but pretty much on time for this one. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I was coming home, I was excited to do it, and I was looking forward to drawing this cute thing that excited me. So I think that's the beauty of a good idea, or like thinking of an idea that you can look forward to, I guess. And like, I know that like some days ideals will come to you a little bit more easier than others, but there is like a huge difference that I've noticed, obviously, between, you know, giving myself something to draw that I'm actually interested in and I think is cool or cute or fun, versus just drawing something to fit the prompt. And I'm trying to find things that I can enjoy drawing with any prompt, but sometimes my brain just doesn't function that efficiently, and I'm not able to think of anything that I'm super excited to draw in that moment. So I just kind of go with what my initial thinking, or what my initial idea or whatever. So yeah, there it is, you guys. Day 12. Woohoo! We have, 3 more days until we're halfway, pretty much. Just about halfway. So that's kind of cool. It's interesting to look back at, you know, all of the ones that I've done so far. And I'm excited to see what they all look like when we're finished. So look forward to that. Thank you. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. How's it going? It's day 13 today, a Sunday. Tomorrow is Canadian Thanksgiving, so I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner that my friend is hosting tonight. So I thought I would get the Badtober done in the morning. So here we are. Today's prompt is I have acid reflux, ... draw how I feel, sad face. So yeah, acid reflux, great. I googled what that is and what the difference between acid reflux and heartburn is, and I'm still confused. I get what I think is heartburn sometimes if I eat too much like ranch, and then I go to bed and I lie down and then my heart burns. So that's kind of what I went for the drawing. I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. I wasn't feeling it today. I really was not. I think especially because it's the weekend, I've been playing a lot of fucking Cyberpunk. I've been keeping myself very distracted. And I have like low levels of motivation as of current, and that's kind of, you know, it's not ideal, because obviously you want to be motivated, and I struggle with feelings of not being enough or not doing enough, even when I am motivated. So when I'm not motivated, it just hits a little harder, and it's hard for me to tell myself that it's okay and like give myself the love that I need in these moments. So I know that I'm going through all of this, and it's not like a huge deal, you know. I'm lucky that, you know, right now my life is pretty chill. I don't have a lot of like work commitments or anything that's like pushing me along, and I feel like that is kind of giving me the opportunity to be a little slower and to indulge in my distractions and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm working through some of that right now. So I started my day off journaling and kind of reflecting on that. And I'm still going through it. It's going to take a little while to, you know, figure that out and get over whatever I'm going through, and that's okay. But full disclosure, that's where I am, and that's how I went into today feeling. And so dealing with this prompt, it's not like a very cool prompt. It's not like fun or interesting to me. It's just like, okay, when you imagine like how somebody feels when they're feeling acid reflux, it's just like, ugh, my chest, ouchies, you know? It's not, there's no, I don't know, I guess like there are ways to figure out things to add to it to make it like cool and interesting, but I was really like kind of blocked mentally trying to think of something cool. So in my little sketches or whatever, I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to think of something that was like, I don't know, a little bit surreal to make it interesting. Like if like a hole is missing from your heart, or if your like body is unraveling, but then that, I don't know, that doesn't really connect that much with acid reflux because it's mostly in your chest. It's just like a fire in your chest. So then I thought like, okay, what if I just did that? Just like a fire on your chest, and then I put myself in my bed, and that's when I feel it. So I'm drawing that kind of feeling. And yeah, like I felt okay about that idea, and going into the drawing and stuff like that, the farther that I went along, the more that I felt better about it. Something about drawing like a little emotive comic like this just like lifts my spirits. And I found myself having fun. And now that it's finished and I'm looking at it, I like it. That's how I feel, and that's where I'm at. So, yeah, I'm happy that I got this done early in the day. I'm happy with how it looks. I think it's cute. I think it's funny. I think it's an accurate representation of when I feel this thing. And yeah, now I'm gonna play Cyberpunk. I'm gonna play Cyberpunk until I need to go to my Thanksgiving dinner because it's Sunday, and I'm doing my best to not guilt myself into telling myself that I shouldn't play Cyberpunk, which is difficult because in the back of my mind, as always, and I'm sure this is a relatable feeling, there's always a long-ass list of things that you want to do, that you feel like you should be doing with your time, that you would be doing if you were operating at 100%. But I'm going to move throughout today, having done this, having checked this off of my list, my one responsibility for the day, and just allow myself to rest, continue to rest, even though I have been resting a lot lately. But obviously, if that's the case, and I still don't feel ready to jump into whatever it is that I need to jump into next, or that I want to jump into next, then obviously I need this rest to some degree. And I'm gonna try and allow myself to just take it without the additional weight of being hard on myself for that. As is the ups and downs of being me and having my mind and brain and mental fuckery. So, yes, that's me today. And I will check in with you guys tomorrow with an update in the next Badtober, and hopefully we'll see what I decide to do. We'll see how I'm feeling, and we'll go from there, because that's all that I can do, and that's all that I can expect from myself. And I'm trying to remind myself of that. Yeah. Feeling a lot of anxiety right now. I don't know if you guys can tell as I'm speaking, but I'm gonna sit with it, feel it, and get on with my day. Chat tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hi, hello. Jesus Christ. Hi, hello. Good afternoon, actually. I was going to say morning because feels like I'm just starting my day, but good afternoon. Happy day 14. One day away from being... One second, sorry. My family's like planning a dinner. I need to contribute. Yeah, one day away from being halfway. And the end point of this video, because I forget if I mentioned this, but I'm gonna, obviously you know this now that you're watching it, but I'm splitting this into 2 videos because putting all 31 days, or I guess 30 days, because I had that one free day, into a single video would be a bit much. So, wait, actually, maybe I'll end on day 16, because technically on day 16, I will have done 15, and then there will be 15 remaining until the 31st. Yeah, so today's prompt was mouth. So yeah, this didn't take much thinking at all. I did the Futakuchi Onna, which is a Japanese yokai from Japanese folklore or whatever. It's like a lady who doesn't eat much, but she has like this monster mouth on the back of her head that just like consumes a fuck ton of other shit and is always hungry. I don't know exactly what the lore is there, but yeah, she's kind of like an iconic character type thing, and that's what I thought of when I thought of mouth. I actually drew her in another Inktober that I did in my sketchbook. Let me see if I can find it, and if I can, I'll put it here. Yeah, I drew her before, and so now I'm drawing her again, so it's kind of like a cool little full circle moment. So yeah, it was good. You know, I feel like this was very much in my comfort zone, you know, drawing a Japanese lady in like a kimono or whatever. Like I've drawn this a bunch of times. So yeah, it was comfy for me. It was fine. This morning, so like I said yesterday, I was like feeling a little bit blah. I let myself indulge in gaming, and then I went to the Thanksgiving dinner in the evening, so I really didn't do much at all other than like, you know, see friends and do that. So it was nice. It was nice and restful. But like my plan coming into today's Monday, was to kind of, you know, having the weekend behind me and having, you know, rested and indulged in as much gaming as I had, to move forward with like a new plan of like, okay, I'm gonna move forward and get shit done and, you know, focus and try to not be so impulsive with giving into distractions. Because yeah, I think I said this yesterday, like I've been very loose with my distractions lately. I've been allowing myself to indulge in distractions pretty easily. And I know that, you know, when you look for distractions or when you are looking to distract yourself in any way, it's to escape feelings of discomfort, or it's triggered by something that, you know, you want to avoid certain emotions, so you distract yourself with something that is pleasurable. So yeah, I've kind of been doing that lately, and, you know, that's okay at times, but I feel like I'm coming to a point where I'm aware, you know, and I want to make moves and take steps to not do that anymore, or like try to, you know, gradually move away from that, from just like giving into my impulses. So yeah, I had a really long, really nice kind of like journaling slash planning session for myself. I feel like it's been a while since I've done like a proper kind of goal setting and like planning journal session. I feel like I've been avoiding that because in the past, when I used to like journal or whatever, before I learned to be more compassionate with myself and more loving with myself, my journaling was literally just like planning and trying to set a guide for myself to move forward and be as productive as I can. So I feel like I've been avoiding that because like I don't want to go back to that, you know? I don't want to just like plan in order to like whip myself back into shape or whatever and like discipline myself. But yeah, I know that like goal setting and planning is still important. And so I went into this one kind of thinking about like how can I do this in a loving way that like I'm not only planning for the things that I want to do and the like productivity things and like the tasks and things that I want to do and like my goals, but also planning to be more intentional and more loving. And yes, planning for my goals, but also planning what to do when I need rest or when I am feeling uncomfortable. Kind of writing down and providing myself like steps of what to do in those moments when I notice myself feeling like I want to be distracted or I feel triggered to distract myself. And I feel like for all of them, this could apply. It's like, you know, if I feel the urge to distract myself, then instead of just automatically going towards the distraction that I want to, taking a second to stop myself and reflect and sit in whatever uncomfortable emotion that I'm feeling, and then decide what I want to do from there. And I feel like that step between feeling the trigger and then immediately reacting, giving yourself some space in between those two things, could be very important for me in terms of how I react to things with more intention. Like I still, you know, will allow myself to play games and stuff like that if I move forward with it intentionally and if it's not just like something that I jump to as a reaction. But instead, you know, like if I do give myself the time to reflect and decide what I actually want to do with these feelings, then I can choose to do something else, something a little bit more, I don't know, productive. I don't want to use that word because it's like not everything has to be productive, but like a little bit more restorative. Like maybe instead of gaming, I go for a walk, or I read a book, or I clean, or, you know, something else that it can be still a distraction, but a healthier one, if that makes sense. And an intentional one, I think, is the important thing. So yeah, that's what I've kind of reflected on for myself this morning and what I'm going to try and go through my day to day thinking about and focusing on. And hopefully the next day as well, and the day after that. I'm going to keep trying and try to remind myself of, you know, all the things that I've thought about this morning. So yeah, that was my state going into this. And I kind of chose this Badtober as like my first task of the day or whatever. And I think I did go over my 40-minute time guideline or whatever, which is fine, like I've been saying. But yeah, that's today's Badtober. And now I'm going to do a couple more like work tasks, I think, and then go to the gym and then do some other stuff with my day and just try to be so fucking intentional, bro. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for day 15. Goodbye. Hello, good evening, reporting live from day 15 of Badtober. I'm dressed like this because I'm about to head to yoga. Was I gonna say Yoda? What was I gonna say? Yogurt? So, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Motivation low today, which is fine. It's fine, gonna have those days. I've been pretty good so far, I think, maybe, over the last, while doing all of these Badtobers, I guess, for the most part. Actually, let me review. Let me actually look. I feel like the first 2 days were like great, fantastic. And then the next couple days after that were like fine, good, I'm there. Next day was, decent. And then the next couple days after that were like fine, struggling a little, but fine. Next day was like good. It ended up being good, but I was a little like, eh. And then the next couple days after that, I was like, eh. But they ended up okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I feel like that's kind of how we're trending lately, is like, I don't know. I during the day before I do my Badtober, I'm like, oh, I gotta do my Badtober day. Oh, fuck. What are we gonna do? Is it gonna turn out? Am I gonna like it? Am I gonna come up with a good enough idea today? And then I do it, of course, because we're trying to, stick with it and do it, and then I draw it and I end up, not hating it. So I don't know. I'm in a bit of a, it's kind of weird because like if the like daily drawing challenge wasn't a part of it, I probably just wouldn't be doing these. If I was just relying on motivation and vibes alone, I would probably just, decide, today I'm just not gonna draw one. But because I'm filming this video and because I'm doing the challenge, I am doing my best and I'm pushing myself to draw things, even though I'm not feeling it 100%, or I would rather just not. And what's kind of cool is the drawings are turning out, which I know I can trust myself to do. I can trust that even if I'm not feeling motivated in the moment to draw something, and yet I push myself to do it anyway, the drawing will still turn out fine as long as I, take my time with it and put in the effort that is required. Oh, sorry guys. I guess that's the takeaway for today. Don't really have much else to say. I drew a rat. The prompt was, I don't even know how to say this. Draw a rat. So I drew a rat, but his feet are out. So it kind of hits all the points there. Yeah, I don't know. I just, going into this, I was like, fuck, I can't come up with anything clever or anything. I'm just gonna draw a fucking rat. Just gonna be a rat boy sitting in a chair. And then as I was drawing this, I was like, what if his feet are out? What if his fucking tingers are out? That's kind of funny. And so that's what I did. The situation here that I put in the caption of the Instagram post is that you're sitting across from him in a waiting room, and he's very well put together. He's minding his business, but his toes are out. His feet are bare. Isn't that bizarre? So that's kind of the vibe today. That's kind of it. Tomorrow is the halfway point, officially. So we have one more day praying to the Badtober gods to give me the strength and have it be a good vibes day so I can hit that halfway point with a good vibe. And if I don't have a good vibe, that's okay too. I guess it's fine. I'll just do it anyway and it'll turn out anyway, as it has been. So at the very least, I can rely on that. That is all. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I feel like I've been saying that every single day. What can I say different today? I'll catch you guys on the flip side. The flip side being tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, how's it going? It's day 16. We've made it halfway through our Badtober experience. And yeah, woohoo. I wish I were in better spirits to end off this video, but yeah, this morning I had, a bit of a session. I journaled, I confronted some things in myself, and then I had a long talk with my sister just about, this and that, the normal mental health things that I struggle with. And yeah, while, of course I'm glad I was able to talk to her and I was able to think about some things. I'm still kind of in the thick of it, and I'm just gonna have to continue to think about some things. And with time, I know that things will become clearer for me and I will find answers and kind of come out of this slump. But as of right now, this is where I am. And it's a little difficult for me to convince myself that I'm okay with that, because deep down I'm not. And I'm struggling right now with being a little bit self-critical about myself in all of the things that I'm struggling with right now. I'm being very vague because I don't know. I don't feel the space to get into it right now. But yeah, let's talk about Badtober. Woohoo! Okay, so yeah, today's prompt was just hi. Pretty simple. I'm glad that it was a kind of basic, simple one. For today, it was pretty easy to think of what I wanted to do. I don't know. I kind of drew what I am feeling like right now. I knew I would just draw myself saying hi or whatever. That seems like a very personal thing. Hi, it's just something you say. And so yeah, I drew myself in my sweater, just being a melted blob, because that's kind of how I've been feeling the past few days. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's how we're doing. I'm gonna continue to reflect today, try to take it easy on myself. Going through the reflection and the emotions that I have this morning, I knew that I wanted to kind of get this Badtober off of my plate early in the day to give myself the space to, continue to reflect for the rest of the day. So that's what I've done, and that's what I will do, or try to do. So yeah. As is the ebb and the flow of being human, right? Everybody's going through their shit. And sometimes it's a little quieter and sometimes it's a little louder. And for me right now, it's a little louder. And I know that it will pass. And I know that, this is just another step towards healing and growing, and it's another lesson for me that I'm lucky to be learning. So I'm going to try and be grateful for it and give myself the space to go through it lovingly. And I'll try to silence the criticisms that I have around me going through what I'm going through. That's it. That's the end of part 1 of my month of Badtobers. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what I've done so far on this. Please look forward to the second part. Yeah. What awful timing for me to be going through a little depression bout, while I'm in the middle of a drawing challenge thingy that requires me to kind of be on it. And I know that I could just stop, and I know that I could just quit, but there is part of me that knows that if I did do that, I will have a level of disappointment in myself because I haven't reached that level of self-acceptance yet that I could literally do anything and love myself the same regardless. And I know that, you know, there is truth to if you push through something despite the discomfort, despite not feeling the best or not feeling fully prepared to do it, that will, you know, still fulfill you in a way, or it'll be worth doing that at the end of the day or by the time that you finish. So I will continue doing these. Like it's not like a huge struggle for me. It's just I'm doing this while also dealing with some other things, which makes it a little bit more difficult, yes. But I'll be fine. I will handle it and I will be proud of myself for it at the end of the day. So, yes, that's where we stand. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Hope you liked it. And extra special thank you to my patrons. Let's give them a round of applause for being so sick, for being so fucking cool. Thank you, patrons. Mwah. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you again, and I will see you guys in a bit. Let me come and end this shot the way that I have been ending my shots. Ooh. I'm like far away from the camera because my fucking hair is, I guess it's not that bad, but anyways. I'm a blob, as you would expect if I'm going through some shit and I cried a bunch this morning. So, anyways. Okay, bye.